Hey there, what is going on YouTube? Welcome to HaveKnifeDay, and today we're going to take a closer look at the SOG Terminus XR. This knife's been out for a while, and it has some videos out there. I'll share my experiences and opinions, and whether or not I would get another one. Let's check out some specs. This is not a large knife. Looks like you got just under 3-inch blade with about 2.75 of cutting. Your overall length is just over 7 inches. The pocket clip extends a little past the handle. Your handle is about 4 inches and your grip area is about 3 3/8. Blade stock thickness is 0.10 of an inch. Handle thickness is just under 1/2 inch, with the buttons being a little over. What's it weigh? It feels pretty substantial for only being 7 inches long. So 3.3 ounces. How about some size comparisons? Well, we're looking at the Spyderco PM2 at 8 1/4 overall, so about just over an inch longer, and the Spyderco Delica at 7 1/8, being a little bit longer. Blade cutting is about the same on the SOG and the Delica. Let's do a carry profile here. This has an ultra deep carry clip, which we'll discuss that later. In the pocket, they're going to sit about like this, pretty much right even with that. This knife is more slender than both, although it does have a generous flipper tab. So what do you got for materials? You have a finely stonewashed Cryo D2 blade. You've got red G10 scales over stainless liners with I believe that's an FRN backspacer. You have a reversible deep carry, ultra deep carry clip. You have a slot right there. You undo the screw, you pull it out, you put it there, you screw it down, you're good to go. Thumb studs, access lock, bar lock. Pretty standard, nothing too fancy as far as materials. Now, if you're wondering, this is the Knife Rights version. That's Doug Ritter, Free the Knives. He fights for knife rights. Let's do a hardware check here. That looks awful small. And yeah. So the pivot's a T6. I mean, it's 2026. Can we get T8 for the pivot at least? Body screws are T6, pocket clip screws T6, so everything on the knife is T6, which is nice because it's all the same, but you know, the pivot, that's awful small. And these are known, not this specifically, but SOG are known for putting Loctite on their screws, and they can be quite cumbersome to get them to come apart. This pivot is not captive. You have caged ceramic bearings. How's the action? You know, the action's pretty awesome. The tension on the bar lock springs are good. It flows very nicely. Thumb studs work great. This is not an assisted knife, although some SOG with the bar locks are. Reverse flick is easy. The thumb studs are nice. They're small. They're right in the right spot. The action is great. Flipper tab works good. It has jimping on it. Overall, pretty good. Lockup is good. There's no blade play up, down, left, or right. The knife came to me centered. You can use the crossbar to open it as well. No worries there. Finger safe closing action, which is good. The reason it's not centered is because I was messing with it. This thing has great fidget factor. Solid lockup, multiple deployment options, and you know, they have a flipper tab on a bar lock, and it works. It works pretty good. I like the build and the design of this knife, being as, for a small knife, this thing feels pretty substantial. The G10 is grippy without being too grippy. The edges are knocked down enough. No issues there. The jimping on the back of this blade is very functional. Your thumb is locked in there and it's locked. The thumb studs have edges, but they're not sharp. Top of the blade has edge, but it's not really sharp. Has a nice swedge, drop point. It is very sharp. Flipper tab, like I said, has jimping, which is functional. It works pretty good. You can fail it if you want to. All in all, I think everything on it looks pretty good. The jimping is good. The grind on the blade is even, and like I said, it's sharp. The handle has some slight abrupt edges here and there, but nothing, nothing to really complain about for sure. I think the blade to handle ratio is okay. It could be a little longer, but I understand why companies will do just under a 3-inch blade, because there are laws out there that do not allow a 3-inch blade or larger. And this knife just skirts that just a little bit. So making it a bit longer, it's kind of like, go or move out of the way. And, some companies will do that 3.03-inch blade, which that makes it so people can't carry that in, restricted areas. So I'm glad that they just went ahead and made it less than 3 inches for those areas for sure. So the ergonomics on the knife are about average. As far as the weight is concerned, I think the weight to blade is okay. It's average. This knife does carry good in the pocket. The deep carry clip does not have any screws or anything to get in the way, so the bill is a little abrupt, but no big deal. It is a nice bent clip, so it goes in and out of the pocket very, very easily. You can grab onto the whole thing and pull it out of your pocket, so this really does not need a lanyard hole or a bar. This knife is not big enough really for a lanyard, in my opinion. The fitment on this is pretty good. I can't really say there are any hot spots, although the clip, you will feel this in your hand as you go to hold it. So when you're holding the knife like so, you will feel the edge of this clip into your hand. It is not a deal breaker by any means. Other than that, I can't say there's any real gripes about comfort. Every way I hold this knife, it's pretty good. Reverse grip is great. I got a full 4-finger grip on it. And you could put your finger up here, although you'll go right on the blade if you do, so I understand why they made this that way. That way it's nice in the pocket. It is abrupt right there, but that's not a big deal. I think for the size and weight, how it carries, how it holds in the hand, it's all-day comfort. I mean, you could hold this all day and use it and not be worried about it. And it's an attractive knife. I mean, it's good looking. Nothing we haven't seen before as far as blade shape. There's nothing revolutionary about the blade shape, but it is functional and it works. It slices good. I haven't had to touch it up. It's D2, so it'll hold an edge for a while. The stone washing is nice. So, all in all, do you want one? Well, you can get one. These have minimal packaging. You get a box or a clam pack and that's it. So if you're using this, for work or whatnot, you're probably going to toss that anyways. And coincidentally, I don't have the packaging for this because it didn't come with that. I picked this up on the secondary market from the Love Them Knives channel. And I got it for a great deal. And I would definitely buy another one at full price if I wanted to replace this, because it is worth it. I think the value is pretty good. These are about $50, $55 depending on color and configuration you get. So, all in all, pretty good knife. For 50, 55 bucks, it's pretty good. Not too shabby. Competitive options, there's a bunch out there now. I'll show you a few that I have that have a similar locking mechanism. This is the Williamson Copenhagen, designed by Mikkel Williamson, and this knife is considerably larger than this, but it has a similar style locking mechanism, and it works pretty good. This knife is only 30 bucks. FRN handles, it's a pretty good sized blade, good blade stock thickness. You can find these anywhere. Deep carry clip that's reversible. It is a wire clip, and this is the second one of these I've purchased. This is a great little knife. The retention on this knife when it's in your pocket is better than what this one is. You can make this blade fly right out because the detent is pretty weak. This one has a stronger detent, so it's good. So that's one option. About half the price of this. Obviously, anything from Benchmade is going to have this lock. I've got some Ganzos that have this lock. I mean, if you're wanting a competitive option to this and you want it this size, you know, I don't have anything that's that size because I don't like small knives. But I'll make an exception for this one. Anyways, that is going to do it for me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments. If you think I should purchase another knife that has a similar locking style and is a similar size, let me know in the comments. Let me know what I should purchase to do a comparison video on this. I'll cut things with it, I'll take it out and use it and see how it compares. The only stipulation I would say is the price has to be pretty similar. That way it's not you know, too far below or above this knife. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, have knife day.